I saw him counting backward. I had to try to stop him. The first time I ever spotted the countdown man was on a bus to school when I was in 7th grade. I'd never seen an adult on my bus before, much less one dressed in a black suit, but no one else said anything, so I figured he belonged there. Then, as we drove around the neighborhood and picked up more kids, he counted down from 10. He spoke only in numbers, never another word. 9. Billy Cunningham. 8. 7. 6. The Paulson Kids. 5. Danny Wu. 4. 3. 2. 1. The Smiths and Kearns. And then Audrey Blake walked into the bus, dropped dead. The countdown man gave me a sad smile as he straightened his coat and walked down the aisle, stepping gingerly over Audrey's body and down the bus steps. Later, they'd tell us Audrey had a heart condition, totally undiagnosed since birth. But I knew the truth. It could have been anyone. The next person to set foot on that bus was going to die. I saw him again a few times as the years passed. Once in the nightclub after I turned 21. I was doing shots when I spotted him at the bar, watching a door and counting down. It was such a busy night that the whole thing took seconds. First, a screaming group of girls poured in for a bachelorette party. Then a couple came in holding hands. The guy must have been a half a step in front of the girl because he was the one that dropped dead. After that, she was the one screaming while everyone else went silent. People died on airplanes, at NBA games, school picnics. Once it even happened in an elevator. The doors opened and I saw him there. He smiled weakly at me. And then a pregnant mother entered and he said, 2, 1. I stayed there, frozen in place as a man pushed past me and promptly fell to the ground, writhing, foam pouring out from his mouth. After that, I didn't see the man for a few years. I started to question if I'd ever actually even seen him. And then came my son Evan's 7th birthday. We held the thing in one of those family fun centers with arcade games, mini golf, and go-kart races. It was meant to be a surprise, so Evan and my wife were the last to arrive. Everyone from his 1st grade class was already there playing and screaming their heads off. I was so busy trying to get snacks set out that I almost didn't notice him until it was too late. The countdown man was sitting at one of the picnic tables, stonily watching the door. 3, 2, 1. He said as a trio of teenagers entered the arcade through the open double doors. That's when I saw my wife and Evan walking to the entrance. My heart nearly stopped as I sprinted to the door, pushing the teenagers out of my way as I went barreling forward. "Stop!" I was shouting. "Stop!" But Evan only got more excited as he saw me. He started running for the door. Running for Daddy. As far and out of shape as I've gotten, I dug down deep and sprinted faster than I ever had before. I collided with Evan on the threshold, tackling him to the ground. He coughed and I looked down at him, brushing his hair out of his face. "Talk to me. Talk to me." He responded. "What's wrong, Daddy? Are you okay?" That's when I heard the scream. I looked over my shoulder to see my mother leaning over my dad near the far entrance in the back of the building. She was calling his name and looking frantically around the arcade, calling for help. Of course, I knew it was already too late. The countdown man looked sadly at my father and then walked over to me, and then he put a hand on my shoulder. His touch felt like ice. His eyes were trembling, and I could tell he wanted to tell me something, that he was desperate. But all he could say were numbers, orderly and deadly. "It's okay," I whispered. "I know it's not your fault." Then the man pulled his hand away and straightened his coat, walking sadly away. As he did, Evan watched him go. "Daddy?" he asked. "Who was that man?"